You're a fake and a phony, and I wish I'd never laid eyes on you.
Whoa.
Welcome to MsMojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 rom-com couples that should have broken up.
Do you know how painful it's been to watch the person that I love choose to hide me?
Oh, come on, you knew. Oh my God, the only way you can make this up to me is if you promise I never have to see him again.
For this list, we're looking at big screen couples that might not have been as picture perfect as we were once led to believe. Beware of spoilers ahead. Let us know if we missed any of your not-so-great couplings in the comments below. If you like what you're hearing, be sure to check out the full song at the link below. Number 10. Abigail, Abby, Richter, and Mike Chadway. The Ugly Truth. It's the same old sexist story. Uptight girl meets chauvinistic boy. Boy tries to fix her and falls in love in the process. In The Ugly Truth, local host Mike tries to help TV producer Abby turn into someone she's not in order to land a guy.
We need that cocktail dresses, tight jeans, and some bras that'll make my friend's breasts sit up and say hello.
But of course, Mike ends up having feelings for Abby and leaves his philandering ways in the dust. But that doesn't take away from the fact that he was a sexist pig for pretty much the entirety of the movie.
If you want a relationship, and here's how you get one. It's called a Stairmaster. Get on it and get skinny and get some trashy lingerie while you're at it. Because at the end of the day, all we're interested in is looks.
And what's more, Mike and Abby have completely different views of love. Namely, Abby believes in it and Mike doesn't.
That's it? That's all you have to say?
What do you want me to say?
The truth is ugly, isn't it?
That's what I've been trying to tell you.
There's just no way this relationship would work out in reality. Or at least not in the long term. Number 9. Holly Berenson and Eric Messer, Life as We Know It. Enemies to lovers is a staple of the romantic comedy genre, but it doesn't always work. Holly and Eric hate each other's guts.
I don't know what Peter and Alison were thinking.
Yeah, me neither.
Alison, oh my God, the only way you can make this up to me is if you promise I never have to see him again.
When tragedy strikes and their married friends Peter and Alison die in a car crash, godparents Eric and Holly learn that despite their mutual hatred, Peter and Alison made them the guardians of their baby.
I'm sorry. They picked us
explain
together?
that?
I'm sure this isn't exactly how you wanted to start a family.
There's been a misunderstanding.
Yeah.
We are not married.
No. They tried to set us up in a blind date. We never even made it to the restaurant.
I don't even know if you're going to.
Because, of course, the two people who can barely be in the same room should raise a child together. The movie tries to convince us that Holly and Eric were meant to be. They just needed a child to push them in the right direction. But judging by the way they fight, and Eric's cracks about Holly's age, it's a no from us.
Because all you care about is getting laid. Even Peter was embarrassed by you. He just never said anything to your face because he was twice the man you are.
You know what? You should probably get laid yourself, except to have sex, you gotta find somebody who can stand you first.
Number 8. Trip and Paula, Failure to Launch. A love built on lies. Another staple of the romantic comedy genre that doesn't always make for a long-lasting, stable relationship. Trip is a 35-year-old man who lives with his parents, a fact that he is perfectly fine with, thank you very much.
We are men who still live at home.
Yes.
We're not here to apologize about who we are, how we do it, or who we live with.
No.
I'm looking around this table, hombres, and I see 3 winners.
But his parents are not. Enter Paula, a woman whose job it is to convince grown men living at home to move out by making them fall in love with her.
He bonds with me. He lets go of you. He moves out.
The story unfolds, and Paula manipulates Trip so well that she inadvertently manipulates herself and falls in love with him. When Trip finds out and is understandably angry, his parents tie him up to force him to talk to Paula again.
You don't want to say anything?
You know, I do have a question.
Absolutely, anything.
How many others were there before me? I'm just asking because, maybe we could all get together, form a support group.
Force does not a happy union make. Number 7. Danny Zuko and Sandy Olsson, Grease. Behind the fun songs, the fun 50s costumes, and the jazz hand-filled dance breaks, the love story at the center of Grease is less sugary sweet than you might remember. Danny and Sandy had the perfect summer romance, but that's probably where it should have stopped. Once school starts, Danny refuses to shake his bad boy image around Sandy.
What happened to the Danny Zuko I met at the beach?
Well, I do not know. I mean, maybe there's two of us, right? Why don't you take out a missing persons ad or try the yellow pages? I don't know.
He takes her to the school dance, but ends up winning the hand jive contest with another girl. He takes her to the drive-in, but then tries to pressure her into getting intimate with him. To make things worse, Sandy ends up changing everything about herself to make Danny happy.
Sandy?
Tell me about it, stud.
Tell me about it, stud. We don't think so. Number 6, Dr. Emma K. Kurtzman and Adam Franklin. No strings attached. Romantic comedies always depend on the chemistry between the two leads. And if that chemistry isn't there, it's hard to make the rest of the movie work. In No Strings Attached, Emma and Adam decide to have a sex-only, all-emotions-barred relationship.
You know this is never gonna work.
Why not?
Because clearly you're gonna fall in love with me.
Oh, really? Well, then we just do this until one of us feels something more, then we stop.
For the entirety of their relationship, Adam tries to take things further, even though Emma has been clear that she's not looking for a relationship.
If we were in a relationship, I'd become a weird, scary version of myself, and my throat starts constricting, the walls start throbbing. It's like a peanut allergy, like an emotional peanut allergy.
And for Emma's part, she barely seems to like Adam at all.
It's just no one is as tall. He's so tall. And he's so, like, happy, annoyingly happy all the time.
After much back and forth and will they, won't they, Emma finally agrees. But it feels more like Adam wore her down than anything else. Number 5, Larry Gigli and Ricki/Rochelle. Gigli. You might remember Gigli for being labeled as one of the worst movies ever made. But you might not remember quite how bad the relationship between Jennifer Lopez and Ben Affleck is. Affleck plays Gigli, a low-level mobster, and Lopez, a mafia enforcer who's called in to make sure Gigli does his job.
You don't tell me what to do, okay? Don't tell me what we might do. Don't tell me what we're supposed to do. Don't tell me what we maybe should do. Don't ever tell me nothing.
Well, I'll tell you this. You leave him alone or I'll kill you.
If you remember, the two were actually dating when this movie was released. So the chemistry should have been instant, right? Wrong.
I don't know what you're talking about, but I'm gonna go and get my stuff.
With laughable dialogue and a very odd setup that involves Gigli seducing Ricki, who's a lesbian, we do not buy this relationship one bit.
Bull. Cow. You got that?
Yeah, I got it. Bull cow.
Number 4, Dex and Rachel. Something borrowed. Sleeping with your best friend's fiance? Never a good idea.
Don't answer the phone.
I'll just say, I'll just say...
What?
Rach, I don't know. It's an emergency, and I think Dex is cheating on me, and I know it sounds so crazy, but hot people, they get cheated on sometimes.
In Something Borrowed, Rachel has had a crush on Dex forever. But since he's engaged to her best friend Darcy, she never said anything. Until she did.
Oh, come on, you knew.
She and Dex end up sleeping together, and then continue their relationship while Dex stays engaged to Darcy. They continue their torrid affair for the entirety of the movie, lying to Darcy and everyone else.
This is not wedding jitters. It never was. I can't stop thinking about you.
But of course, because this is a rom-com, things work out perfectly. In the real world, however, we don't condone the massive amounts of lying and sneaking around that Rachel and Dex engaged in. And we don't think it would lead to happily ever after. Number 3, Shelly, Elle Evans, and Noah Flynn, The Kissing Booth. The concept of the kissing booth in itself is regressive and problematic. And the tropes the movie uses to bring its two love interests, Noah and Elle, together, are not much better.
I mean, what is the difference between what just happened?
The difference is you.
You're crazy.
I'm crazy about you, Elle.
Elle is best friends with Noah's brother, but has had a huge crush on Noah for a long time. When he starts to notice her, it's not as great as you think. Besides literally kissing Elle while she's blindfolded and doesn't know it's him, Noah spends a lot of the movie beating guys up on Elle's behalf, victim blaming her, and trying to control her romantic relationships.
You do realize that you're not my dad, right?
Look, you still got a lot to learn, kiddo.
Kiddo, oh my god! Oh, if you were here, I would beat you with my shoe.
Tuppen is a player.
So are you!
And that's why I know he's wrong for you.
Seriously, telling a girl she was asking for it? If we were Elle, we would take that as an enormous red flag.
I kind of just played the whole sexist conversation out in my head, and it always ended with me sounding like a dick.
Number 2, Abby Holland and Harper Caldwell, Happiest Season. For a movie with the word happiest in the title, we sure cried a lot during this one. The relationship in Happiest Season starts off sweetly enough, with Abby going to meet Harper's family for the first time over the holidays.
I wanna wake up with you on Christmas morning. And if that doesn't convince you to love Christmas, I'll never bring it up again.
But unbeknownst to Abby, Harper has not come out as gay to her parents and wants Abby to pretend to be her roommate.
You said it yourself, you're great with parents, so they're gonna meet you, they're gonna fall in love with you, and then that'll make it so much easier when I do tell them.
Everyone has their own journey of coming out, and it can be a really difficult experience. But that's not an excuse for what Harper puts Abby through. She continuously ditches Abby for her ex-boyfriend, gaslights her, and worse.
Do you know how painful it's been to watch the person that I love choose to hide me?
I am not hiding you. I am hiding me. Okay?
Honestly, it seems like these two would have had their own better journeys if they just let each other go. Before we unveil our top pick, here are some honorable mentions. Ben Stone and Alison Scott, Knocked Up. Unexpected pregnancy between two opposites does not a happy coupling make.
I'm pregnant?
With emotion?
With a baby. You're the father.
Annie Reed and Sam Baldwin, Sleepless in Seattle. This love story developed out of Stalking.
Now my heart is music, such a simple song.
Scott Pilgrim and Ramona Flowers, Scott Pilgrim versus the world. Ramona Flowers versus a misogynistic jerk.
Hey, just out of sheer curiosity and concern for my mortal well-being, is there anyone at this party that you haven't slept with?
I think we should split.
Jamey and Aurelia, Love Actually. These two don't even speak the same language.
I know, I'll name one of the characters after you.
Talvez possa dar o meu nome a uma das personagens. Ou 50% dos lucros.
Or I could give you 5% of the profits.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1, Jamey and Sierra Burgess. Sierra Burgess is a loser. Catfishing narratives are near impossible to pull off, and Sierra Burgess as a loser doesn't succeed. The story centers around Sierra Burgess, who has a crush on popular guy Jamey.
That's your pretty boy? He looked that damn good and he's a good person? It's unfair what it is.
She doesn't think Jamey will like her for who she is, so when Jamey accidentally texts her, thinking she's someone else, Sierra goes along with it.
But I gotta think of something better to say than, hey, I've been texting you for hours under false pretenses. Wanna go out sometime?
Oh yeah, definitely. Who wouldn't want to date a dude that just sends random selfies to girls that he don't know?
Not only does she spend most of the movie lying to Jamey, but she also fakes being deaf to keep up her charade, and tricks him into kissing her. But the worst part of it all is that Jamey forgives her and the two end up together.
You are exactly my type. I mean, you're smart and funny and beautiful and talented. I haven't been that impressed by a voice on someone who's not famous ever, like ever.
By missing the body positivity message it was going for, this film ultimately misses the mark. Do you agree with our picks? Let us know in the comments. And hey, if you're a fan of the song playing right now, be sure to check out the music video for it right here.
You're all alone, but you just walk.